Let's do this. Let's do this. Not bad. It's too high, that wall. Nice, that's actually a pretty good one. Cool. Cool. Let's keep adding them. Nice. Might have clicked that one I did before. Let's do this. So 82.974, and then oh Lord, 73.673. Don't know about that. Okay. What is going on right now? Why is my mouse moving like this? I wonder, I was like, what the hell's going on? Moving really like slow and laggy. I think my Wi-Fi's just been crapped. Let me know if the stream's really laggy or anything, guys. Clear if it is. I feel like it might be, quite frankly. So let me know if you can actually hear me. And it's not like lagging around. Because it's terribly laggy for me. Anyway. Why is this? Go away. Oh my goodness. How do I close this? Jesus Christ, this doesn't work. There's one thing I need to make sure I do. All this, the new montages I create, they go to the climbing stuff. Yeah, cool. Hey Joe, how are you? Can you actually hear me? Like, is the sound alright or is the stream really laggy? I'm not sure. Let me know. Sorry about this one. Oh, boiling right now. Lord. Really, really hot right now. Oh, wow, I'm so hot. I mean, it's hot. It's literally, but it's 18 degrees. That's not that. Yeah. Cool. My entry, it's 527. It's the actual values, so it's going to be 527.206. The height is going to be the height of whichever hand's highest. So it's 331.853. Grid is here. It's about 319.55. And then the forward distance traveled is 340.722. A bit too long, quite frankly, actually. Because there's too many steps in which it needs to take to be able to get there. So that's why it's going to have time. I need to cut all these down. I think I need to cut all these animations so they all start like within a certain range. Like none can really be longer distance-wise than 200 and whatnot. More height, more speed, more distance, really. Just gonna say one. And I think it's because the distance really is within a certain range, whereas this can't, I don't think this can generate quite enough speed. Okay, hold on, let's see. Hey Andrew, how are you? Hope you're well. Let's see here. Wanted to do this other one, quite frankly. Doesn't want to. Guess it's just the context. Oh yeah, it's got no hang offset. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. About same really, 170 of a hang offset. Nice. The motion thing is annoying. Okay, so now we just need it so that we understand that. Let's add the IK curves. So hey Leonard, how are you? Hope all is well. Awesome, Lenny. Yeah, catching a bit. Nice. And then I just need to really, I need to just do the yes, I want to offset that. I did indeed tweak. Let's go up a little bit, but not. Oh, actually, it doesn't go up. I did indeed change the animation. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. I can take that. How can you fail a run-up? Well, if you're not going fast enough, or it's too high, or you're too close to the wall, or you're too far away from the wall. Currently, those are the ways in which you can fail. So the way I currently do it, let me just give you a little breakdown. Alright, let me do this one here, and once this one's doing it, I'll give you a nice good old breakdown of it all. Six. Okay, so the ways in which you can fail a so the ways in which you can fail a run-up are, so if you see those values on the screen now, basically what I'm doing is I search first of all for the run-up you want to do. Now, if the run-up you want to do is so we have this table full of run-ups. I'll show you here. So I'll create this table. So this is basically your character's run-up arsenal library. This is all the run-ups you know how to do, basically. And different characters, so eventually Josh and different characters will have different run-ups in here. And now all these different run-ups have like different speeds they can do it at, different heights, different distances, what kind of walls you can do it on, whether or not you have to plant a foot to do it, or how you end up, and then a different type. So all these run-ups have all these information about them. So what we do is, when you want to do a climb, so you input the trigger, like a lot of these values will change depending on what you input, and the types of run-ups will change as well, and the stages and whatnot, but that's later down the line, when we look at more control wise. But basically, so you have all these different run-ups that you know how to do, basically. So with Josh has all these different run-ups in his bank of moves. Now we then say, okay, I'm running in the world right now, So I'm running around doing my thing. Now at this point here, I say, okay, run up. I hit the run up button. It could be an input, it could be whatever, but just for now, let's just say I hit the run up button. So I hit this run up button. Now it basically says, okay, let's first off find what you want to do. So you want to run up, cool. We know where we're going to be searching for your moves. Then we say, okay, well, let's see what your current world context is. And by that, I mean like, what is it in the world? Where are you? What are you trying to do given your current context? Your context is, I try and take, how fast are you moving? So what's your velocity? So what kind of speed are you currently at? So are you walking slowly? Are you moving really quickly? Are you jogging? Are you whatever? How fast are you going basically? And then the next thing I take is like, well, how far away is the wall or object? Just straight ahead, like A to B, straight in front of you is whatever you're trying to run up on. So if it's a wall, how far in front of you is that? If it's what's it called? Yeah, if it's a ledge or hanging thing, how far in front of you is it? And then the last thing we take into account is how far away is it? And like, how tall is it that you want to jump up on? Because I mean, we could always do the distance from where you are to where you want to go, but that may not always be the best indicator of how far away something really is, because it could be really far away in front of me, but really short. I should be able to climb that. Do you know what I mean? But it could be really close to me and really high. Might not be able to climb that. Do you know what I mean? So rather than taking the straight line distance from A to B, we break it down a bit more. We say, okay, how far forward is it and how far high is it? Those are two important things. Okay, how far forward are we gonna have to go, and how far high we have to go? Because they're two very slightly different things that can impact exactly the type of run up you want to do. So we look at those two things: how far forward, how far high. We then calculate all that in here. If I show you. Yeah, so in here we do some calculations, blah blah blah, here of all the stuff you want to do. That's really boring, it doesn't really mean much, but I'll explain to you later. So we calculate, okay, how high we're going to do, how far forward, and what speed are we currently at. So this forms our world context, is what I'm calling it. This is basically your character in the world, given what he's trying to do, what are these variables that he possesses. Like, as we progress as well, these variables start to include stamina, health, like those, like flow, all these values that we want to now have, like gameplay driven. This will start to play a factor into the world context, but for now we just take these three values. Now, so we have these three values, then we say, okay, let's look in your bank of moves, your table here, all the kind of moves you can do, and let's try and find one that best fits this world context. So we search through, just iterate through this table. We say, okay, well, search through each table that first best fits this current world context, and we look through each one. So we say, okay, well, what's the distance? We just take the Euclidean distance, which is just basically like the magnitude. If you have two vectors, it's like how far away are they from each other. So imagine like a point in an XY grid. So you have your X. Let me just do paint. So you have your XY grid. Ignore this. You have a point there, you have a point there, and you have a point there. And these all represent different values. So you have whatever values you want here, and whatever values you want here. Yep. So you have a point here, point here, point here. Basically, all we're saying, because these vectors basically are lines to a point, but whatever it is. And so we have these points basically, and then we say, okay, these represent each runner. So we say, okay, the given world, the world context gives us this point here, this X, Y, Z point, whatever it is. Now we say, okay, well, let's look in your table of your bank of moves, which is all these little black circles, and let's say, let's find the one that's closest to this, that best meets this given world context. So that's just the distance from there to there, distance from there to there, distance from there to there, basically. And so, okay, so we find the distances, and this is X, Y, and just to say Z. These are the distances between each point. And so we say, okay, given all these different distances, which we just calculate using these values here, how far away is it? Like, that's our error. So this is our loss, our matching loss. So we match now. We say, okay, which is the closest one, and we find the distance from it. Now, to generate a fail, initially I was going to say, oh, it should be too high. If it's beyond a certain thing, we're going to fail. If it's too far forward, we're going to fail. But then I was like, well, that's wrong, because if your world context can find an animation in your moveset that is able to meet it, you shouldn't fail, really. It doesn't matter how high it is. If you have an animation that could run up 10 meters, then you can do that, do you know what I'm saying? Because that's going to become a problem when we look at gameplay driven stuff. Where we get it is this. So we search through all of this and we keep a value called, I call it the minimum Euclidean distance, but this is basically your matching error. And this matching error stores how far away the closest matched montage is from what your world context is, what you want to do. And so after we found all these things, and bear in mind as well, to just a quick side note, to help the matching process so it doesn't take ages, we only look for things that better, so we filter. I filter things down to basically say, okay, well, rather than having to search through everything and go through stuff that is just irrelevant, it will never be able to be doing this move. And also to help it so it's more accurate, we say, okay, well, we do a couple of things. Okay, if the wall is of a certain height, we're going to need to plant our foot realistically. Like if the wall's 2 meters or more, we're going to have to plant our foot. So these variables here are your filtering, here, and like here. These are your filtering variables. They're like, okay, this is to weed out the crappy ones and just leave us with the ones we actually want to look through, just to help optimize it a bit, but that's irrelevant. Anyway, so we have now minimum Euclidean distances, the matching error. So it's gone through it all and it's found the closest one to this context, world context, and we have our move bank. Okay, this is the move that is closest to it on that axis, and this is what we want to do. And they could be right next to each other, or they could be further away because you may not have it in the arsenal. Then we say, okay, well, how far away is what we can do from what we want to do? And that is called the matching error threshold. So this is how much I can help you. The game is going to help you reach that point, basically. So if it's like 10 centimeters high, the Euclidean distance is going to be pretty low. If it's like, in all, if it's like 100 thingy high, then okay, Euclidean distance is going to be pretty big. So yeah, it's like how far away are all these values from each other? Is the world context away from the matching context? If it's really far away, like say you're moving really slowly but the wall is really high, or let's say you're moving really quickly and the wall's really high and really far away, you're going to have big values for all three of these. But if you can only do little stuff, so you only have run-ups for low speed, low height, and low distance, your error is going to be really, really high. So then we say, okay, well, if your error is really high above this threshold, which I've got at 70, but I'll explore that a bit to find what's the kind of a sweet spot. If your error is greater than this value, then you're going to fail. And so then you go into your run-up fails. Now we say, okay, we're going to fail, but we still want to do it because you triggered it. So there has to be a consequence for attempting the run-up but failing because you weren't going fast enough. The wall was too high that you tried to climb at that speed. It wasn't that it was too high to do in general, because if you had you're never going to attempt something that's way too high. But if you had enough speed, you might have been able to do it. Or it's just too far forward, like you're right, or you're too close, like it's right by you, but you need to run up properly. We say, okay, cool. You're gonna fail. Basically, you're gonna fail. You can't do it. The world context, what you currently want to do versus what you can do, is just they're too far apart. We're gonna have to fail you. So then we do the exact same logic for fail. We then say, okay, well, given that we're failing, let's look at this fail table. Which fail best represents the world context of what we actually want to do in terms of a fail? So how fast will this fail? In terms of animation, it's like, well, this fail best matches a failure when they were moving at this speed to all of this height and the distance of that forward. This is just the best, basically find, okay, well, given what the character is currently doing, find an animation that closely represents the world context, the closest one, but fails. And that's what this one does. So the more coverage we have here, the less ugliness of the animations that we do for the fail. But we try, basically that logic is just the transition from the run-up to the run-up fails. And then we do the same matching to get the best animation out of this. That is basically how we fail. And then going forward, we keep adding variables to this to game, like they said, like stamina, if you've got like a boost active, stuff like that, that can influence all the different kinds of animations you could do. And also those could even influence how much error you have. So if you have, for example, a boost active, so you've just done a really good roll, or you've activated some kind of boost, or you've got something, then you say, okay, well, the minimum error you can do actually skyrockets. So even if a run up ain't quite there, we can make it get there, or you have access to boosted run ups or whatnot, or whatever it is. Does that make sense? I feel like I've just rambled there for like 10 minutes. I don't know if any of that made sense. I don't even know if anyone's listening. Hopefully that made sense. I started talking and then I was like, kind of was explaining it to myself whilst I was doing it, so I could make sure I knew what I was talking, like why I was doing what I was doing, and it makes sense now. So if you see those values there, when I tried to do the run up, the Euclidean distance is 131, so it's beyond 70, too much of matching error, so we're gonna fail. I need to do some blends on that. It actually works really well, this one, funnily enough. That was really the description of filtering options efficiently, dude. So true, that's literally what we're doing. You basically just pick the closest one, and if you can't do it, then go to fails. The logic is so much more like simpler than I made it sound out. It's really pretty much self-explanatory logic, quite frankly. Not need that long ass explanation. I just got carried away, quite frankly, with the logic of how I did it. It's pretty nice. Take off on that a bit. I don't really like to take off on that. I think it's because nah, it made me sound so stupid. I literally talked for 15 minutes because you asked how can you fail run-ups, and I could have just said, if you're not going fast enough, the wall's too high. You fail run-ups. Oh god, I need help. Need help. Help me. Somebody help me. I love the little swaggle. It's like, oh, alright, next time. I love that animation. Blend out is so smooth. That's pretty perfect, but I can't lie to you. With some better hand-eye case, so it actually grabs the wall. Well, hand animation. You actually need hand animation, but with something better, with some better hand animation, so it actually grabs the wall. You're laughing. The hands don't. The hands actually, the fingers actually do stuff. They actually like grab and stuff like that. It looks so much better. I actually need to add some foot. Okay. To basically keep the stupid thing on the wall. To basically push it forward, basically. One thing I did want to try was so if I move this down, this should actually not fail. I want to move this up. If I run, this should actually just do a wall ball. Yeah. Oh, wicked! It didn't actually find one that was close enough, so it failed. I think I didn't have enough speed or something. This one too is just too high. There's not enough room. I think I need to generate some kind of speed. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay then. Well then, interesting. That wall's you just can't do it. It's just too high. There's not enough run-up speed. That's actually quite nice. But then something like this should really. Yeah, you could do that one. I mean, you don't have the best animation to do for that one too, quite frankly. Oh, those drop downs are so. That's the next thing. Make it up the stupid wall. Just cheat real quick. But that's what you want. That's it kind of makes sense. Like it is just too high with no run up. Realistically, like. And I think having stuff like this will be cool because I think people will initially be like, okay, let me try get up there, and then they'll be like, I actually can't. But then you can if you got a bit of speed and angled yourself. That seems good. What in the... What? How was that even near accurate? Oh, who knows? Oh. Interesting. So the run-up fail minimum Euclidean distance is -1. Why is that? Ah. Okay, so the reason why this is very interesting is that I don't actually have an animation that is good enough to climb up something like this. I anticipate if I drop the wall, so that's like I don't have an animation where you're super close to something head height and you climb up it. Like you're too close, you need to step back. So I'm pretty sure if I walk up to it, that means the logic actually is pretty sound. So like even though I've only added a couple animations and I haven't it just can't do it. It keeps searching every time, and you can move and whatnot, but it just until you generate some speed, it won't climb up. So if you're going with no speed, because you don't have anything, an animation in the bank that can climb up this thing from when you're that close, it just you can't do it. Now I don't have a fail. I'm pretty sure like here, yes, speed is 0. So the minimum Euclidean distance of the run-up fail is -1. Now reason why I do that is because, oh yeah, here we go. So here, the height of this is less than the max Runup height, plant height, so it's less than 250. So all these animations here, that's just a filter variable. I don't have a fail where it's basically less than 2.5. Like, you don't need to plant your foot to fail, whereas like you don't jump up and fail. But I think I recorded one. Hold on. It's that one. No, you need to plant your foot, so that's not. There we go. That one you don't need to plant your foot to fail. Perfection. That's perfect. Yeah. So this one you don't need to plant your foot to fail. Nice. Look it. That logic works really well. That's actually really good. If you're just too close, you can't do it. But if I had a fail, then you'd just fail. And now I just need loads of coverage for run-ups to basically, the thing is though, I need coverage for run-ups, but I do think even if I add coverage, I still think the fails, that means therefore the fails will only occur if the context really is truly off, which is very good. And I can make fails occur more if I filter stuff out, like stamina, so I need like fast moves you cancel out because you're too low on stamina and whatnot. Yeah, the logic's pretty sound. I'm actually very happy with this. I didn't think it worked as well. Yeah, really happy with that actually. It's gonna put it in a really good position. I love that fail. This current fail is my favorite fail. God, that animation is so bad. What? The fact I made up is it off. There is an animation for that. Height of 271. Damn. I didn't know about that. Maybe down the Euclidean Distance of 80 is too full. God damn. Oh, what animation matches that? What? I definitely need some more fail coverage. That's one thing for sure. Just to cover like trying to jump off something this high, rather than that. You know what I mean? Because if you see one thing that we're finding now, because I have really poor fail coverage, I think a Euclidean distance of 50 is appropriate. And then so you see my fail actual error, matching error, is actually really bad because it's way too fast than what you actually want to do. Nah, first touch is not going to be 0.1. I think the focus has got to be on third for now. Until third person is down. First person is quite hard to do very well. I also think we stretch ourselves too thin in any other versions, focus on too many things. Like, for me in this version, I just want to have really good run-ups and climb-ups. I just want people to enjoy climbing on stuff. And then that is focused for people to enjoy some parkour moves, so. Yeah, I just gotta keep adding. That's the logic for the climb, but fails done. It's alright to be fair. With that, I mean, tomorrow means I can add the drop down fails probably. How did he fail that? You are so shit. Oh my. Where is his run up plant point as well? Oh, he didn't fail that time. Nice. Maybe it was going too quick. Well, you also have step ups over there. I didn't know if I told you. So you can like step up onto stuff. I don't even know if I showed you guys that. So if you like here, you can like step onto it. Again, I need more coverage for step-ups. Hate those ones. I just don't like those animations. Oh. Do you know what I didn't test? Which I just tested. And it worked. If you run up and drop off something of different height. So if I run up this and try and drop off, does it actually... So it fails and drops down to there. I knew that was when I actually made it. I was programming it. I actually coded it with the hope that that would work like that. So I actually coded that in mind. So I did like a trace down, like a very long distance, well, to a certain distance. Otherwise, basically, if it's anything bigger than that, so if you try and do this, okay. Basically, anything beyond a certain point, you're just gonna start falling. You're gonna ragdoll. So if you start, like if it's beyond, I'm trying to think how far you can drop down. Really, that should be, I think really that should be another matching variable. How far you drop it. Oh no, it's not. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm very stupid. Because the height of the run-up is also going to be the height of the drop-off. So I already have the variable. It's just height. So I can also just look at... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm being stupid. Being stupid. Really, you should have, like... That should blend into a specific... Because that drop-off is currently relative to the climb, to the run-up fail. But I think that should be in its own... like world of drop-offs for something of a specific height. So if you're like super high up, then oh no, he looks like he's about to be 6'9". I don't know if any of you watched WWE growing up as a kid. I totally didn't. I did. As a kid though, I don't watch anymore. No, I actually don't watch it. Enough time. That's why. I don't actually watch it. I used to when I was younger. I used to love it. I don't know why. So crap. Teach everything. Younger me being a nerd. God's sake, I don't have a... Don't... Oh, I hate those animals. Those ones are the worst. Oh, he's wonky. He's walking wonky now. Flip soon. Flip soon. Soon. Not too soon, but soon. Okay. Let's add some more fails. I think the next logic I need to think about adding is yeah, if you're trying to drop down something that's a bit too far, we can just, I think, yeah, if the drop down you're trying to do is beyond a certain point, and you know, I'm actually clever. If you see in here, basically I calculate once I've got the montage, then I initialize the variables, basically the motion warping variables. What I can say is that what I can do is basically say, if the height to the bottom of where you want to go is greater than the height Z of the match montage, So that means you're going up and down, like you're going to drop further. Then the state you're going to then I'm going to, at a certain point in the animation, transition into just falling. See this. But I think it has to be greater than, and then plus a little bit more. Yeah, big drop down into a roll. So it has to be like greater than like 10. Like, so if the height of the thing, of the fail is like 300, it has to be like 350 plus, like 330. You can get that warping. But if it's like 400, then you gotta just transition into like into falling as you come off the wall. So once you come off, you transition into falling, because we ain't got no animation for that. So I like that. Yeah, and then what I'll do is I'll basically just have a little, in each animation I'll add a point, and then that basically says, oh, yeah, I'll add a point in there that's like transition to falling, and then that'll basically transition to falling if that check I do is true. When I go to do this, I'm gonna watch this video back so I know the logic of what to do. Yeah, I guess let's just add some more animations, I guess. It's because this wall is really, really low compared to the fail. Let me check this. Let me just check this. No, there's no point. May as well do the last two ones. Right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's add these last two fails. I think let's add this next fail. I think you should take a shot of one of the triumph dials. The triumph tile? The trial? At one of the time trials. You want to test me? I'll beat everybody. You people don't know. Hold on. Let me just go ahead and beat everyone real quick. Where's the start? Imagine. I'm guessing it's the start. It's got a green arrow. Okay. Where's the player start? Should kill you. 24 or 5. Alright, let me just get a couple practice runs. Real quick. Start at the green. That green? I guess, am I in the right start place? Where am I meant to start? I have absolutely no clue where I'm meant to start. Okay. Oh, green arrow, okay, see. Let's just jog it through. Let's just see the route. What the? Whoa, what the hell? That's an absolute bullshit. So where am I going? What route is this? Route 1. Ah, so off there. Is it down here? Down here. Across there. That's route 2. What? This way? This way to where? Oh, route 0 end is there. Okay. Okay, it's just there. Okay. So through. So it's just up, across there, down, and then up. Alright. Alright, let's see what's cracking. Dallas code has broken everything. That's the, see, I would have beaten it, but Dallas code, isn't it? It's not my code. Let's do this. No, I'll still beat it. I'll just use my beautiful climb ups. I swear to God, if I get a single climb up fail, I'll be furious. It's gonna haunt me now, I already know it. Oh, for God. Okay, let me climb up to that point, actually. Gotta use the climb up somewhere eventually. Let me actually climb up to the time trial start, and then I'll do the time trial. Not just do it with a smash it, so. I'm gonna go up there. Let me think of a cool way to get up there. I didn't think this one through. I don't know where to go from here. I forgot. Step onto the thing. Oh, stop failing. No. Can you please climb up? Thank you. Thank you. No, I swear to God. No, don't fail, don't fail. Oh. It actually does incentivize you to not fail. These ledges are too small. You can't climb on any of this. We've got to make these bigger, I think. Yeah, he's just falling through. He's just falling off it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we got to playtest this loads. Let me just put the player start. Yeah, a lot of playtesting to do, I think. Because I think a lot of this might have to be tweaked. Cat pass for who? Not me. I'll get down that regardless. Why not C? Yep. I missed the stupid. Gonna fail, isn't it? Oh no, it didn't, thank God. Yeah, we got playtesters level some more. Might be a quick case of killing all stairs for now. And just making them slopes for the sake of, until we get some nice stair animations. Okay, so how did it even? I really need more coverage. That one fail. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take off one. I can take off one goal today. Though. That was my goal today was climb up fail. I can take that off. Next thing to add. Do some. I'm just so you know, I'm just adding to my middle note things I do. It's just like just so you know, I'm not just typing. There's lo-fi vibes and people. You already know, man. Come on, man. No one can touch it. Best stream on YouTube by far. I think tomorrow I might try to do some drop downs and step downs. You know, might try to do them next. And then it's just about spamming coverage like no tomorrow. Of course. Too many animations to go through. Like we have too many animations. Imagine having that problem. Like if you look here, it's actually a nightmare. If you look here, look at all this. Look at these sessions are so long, and then there's like climbs. Like it's just so long, and each of this is like this. You don't get it. This is like look how many frames it is, and look how many frames it is. It's like 3 hours, like 4 hours of actual. Like I have to sit here for 4 hours to go through it, and then I have 1, 2, 3. No way. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord, there's so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not long. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Chill hot raccoon, man. Also, is there any reason this is going into 1 a.m. UK time just for 2 hours schedule? Yes, appreciate it. Cheers. We just work all the time on this. Basically, if I'm awake, I'm working on this game. It's really all I do. Yeah, we just go bed around 4, wake up like 10, 11, 10 for stand up. Well, morning meeting just to see where everyone's at. Then I start streaming around 12, stream till 6, go gym, come back, stream again. It's about it. It's the life. It is the life. I've learned a lot though. Also, just designing systems is quite fun. Yeah. Okay, let's add these last 2 fails in, and then we'll call it a night. Because it seems like a nice point to call it there, because actually deeping it, the next thing is going through all those animations, because I think the 10 a.m. stand-up is good guns. I think we have to keep that just because it gets me awake. If I don't have a 10 a.m. stand-up, I will work it up like 12. It gets me awake, forces me out. I like that. I think let's keep it. Let's keep it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, let's do these last 2. Hydrate. Looking at this just depresses me. There's so much of that thing. It'll be a long. We're gonna do that tomorrow. Because really, what the main problem I'm finding is I need coverage on a lot of stuff. So that's probably tomorrow's task. So yeah, it's tomorrow's task, I guess. But one thing that is quite nice about the fails, having the fails, it actually really discourages you from holding that button. Because one thing I've made the fail animations quite long, so like you're gonna get the whole. You don't just fail and stop. You're gonna fail and be like, oh damn it! You do the whole shebang with failing. So it's like if you're doing a time trial and you're just spamming that button, you're gonna suck. Like your time's gonna suck because you're gonna fail bare, and your failing bare means that you lose a lot of time. So it makes you actually try and press the button a bit more methodically. Ooh. Good. Cool. I'm gonna put a timer. I'm gonna time how quickly I can do it, but I really don't care. It takes how long it takes. 83.733. 96.756. 173.258. $6.759. $270.54. I ain't gonna do. I don't even need to add any of that. I don't need to add anything. It just stays on the goddamn floor. Don't need no whooping. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Love that. Love that a lot. Yeah, fantastic. I think in that case, it might just work. It might just work. See what happens. Away. Oh wait. Stop working, God's sake. Why would that animation? God's sake. Very specific kind of fail, isn't it, really? Very specific kind of fail. Yeah, I think you'll you'll rarely fail this, something less. I think you'll rarely fail. I think this is the kind of fail that would get triggered if, like, I don't even know. It's probably rarely triggered, quite frankly. There was a height that was like, what do I need to do? Are you okay in the head? Oops. Excuse me. Excuse me. Do the other one. Wires plumb first. That's 200, that's what. That was tough to do, actually. Probably one of those ones where I doubt you really it's probably really hard to replicate. Oh, there you go. It's actually pretty tough to Ooh. Ooh. What is that about? I think trim the crap out of this, to be honest. It needs to be one of those ones where, because this, I think it doesn't actually put its hand on the ledge, it just puts it on the wall in general. So the height of this can just be whatever. Do you know what I mean? I think this height value, if it's -1, yeah, basically, okay, I'm gonna do something clever here. If the height Z value of whatever I do here is -1, it means this fail is applicable to any height, which means that I'm going to set the feature vector when I do the. Hold on, watch out for this. It's got to be some beautiful logic, right? So I set this as to -1. Then what I'll do is my little blah 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 here, matching vector, whatever. Then in my feature vector, do the checks, whatever, cool. Do that, cool. Then we say basically if dot x, so the height is equal to, so it's equal to -1, which basically means it can be whatever. The height can be whatever value, so it doesn't really have a height. So then what we'll do is I'm going to set the feature vector equals C dot. So this is basically what I'm doing here, is basically saying, so rather than having another variable, we'll just say if the height value is -1, it means it's applicable to a height. It doesn't matter what the height is, basically. It doesn't really give a crap, like, because it's not for any height wall, it just places your hand on the wall. It just needs this value here, solid wall, just needs to be true. Like, it can't be on a hanging wall because it needs to touch something. Yeah, you just basically say, oh, do it, like, that's too high or whatever, it's whatever, basically. And then we basically just say, okay, well, if it's applicable to any wall, let's just set the feature vector to the matching vector, so it's perfect. This could be done for that perfect one. So then we're just looking at the speed and the distance to basically match it, because it's already more appropriate. So hopefully that helps that fail become more applicable. Hopefully. No guarantees. Let's raise this up. So it's too high. Now I anticipate if I'm moving a bit of speed, it does that. Another issue with that is, doesn't it? This requires plant foot stuff. That's a very specific kind of thing. I don't think this matters, to be honest. Because all I'm doing there is basically like saying, it's the wall. But that only really accounts if you're doing a run up. If you're failing, it don't really matter. Let's kill it, see what happens. The game is really starting to look great. Really, we are a long way off. So much still to do. But yeah, it's starting to feel a bit more like a game, you know? What? Hell no. What in the Lord? Hold on. What in the Lordy Lord is going on here? Very wrong things going on here. Oh, I did that one fine. Okay. Those wall pops are just saying no. What? Oh. I think it's doing this. One. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. It's doing run up. It needs to do the run up fail. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I was like, why is it broken? It should be working. It was working. So moving too slowly, it does that. You can't even fail properly. However, if I add a bit of speed to my, I'll actually try. Oh, well, I'll make it actually. Well, would you look at that? Same here for moving too slowly. Oh no, that works. Well then, would you look at that? That little dip down has pissed me off. should never, ever, ever. Oh god damn! How is that making it? Why? Why? Ooh, the blending now is actually really good though. Oh no, that little. Well, see, you can't have too much of inertialization. That's what I've learned. Otherwise, it just deforms the body too much. Thanks, Blue Dooms. Here's the opposition. Hell no, you ever make it though. God damn. That is just too much of a warp, I think. We need more coverage anyway, so hopefully it's improves. Raise this up. No, I have no clue how high that is. Ooh, this could do it. Basically, having that -1 where basically, you know, it does the one where it discounts the height, basically automatically sets a height to it, is really good because we can do a couple of them. Because so we can also do. I think we need to. I don't know about setting it directly to the height. I think if it's below a certain point, we set it to the height. If it's above a certain point, because I think this value needs to maintain like how high. But this one it can really go anywhere. So yeah, one good thing about this is that we can now. What was I gonna do? I literally, I got so excited. The run up height. Yes, we can just increase the threshold massively. Hertz. It doesn't matter anymore. It could be like 500 because it's like the height is super high, which is so it's just completely off, then you're just gonna do the fail. But because we have that one where we set the height to whatever on that fail, it will just do that fail rather than actually trying to do the run up fail, which is one of the problems that I was like fearing before, was like, oh, it's gonna do the and then warp on the fail is gonna be really bad. So yeah, good. That's good. Oh. Nice. It does that one because like that's just too high. It still does that one because like, yeah, that's just way too. That one actually tries because you're moving fast enough. Wicked. It's like you're not quick enough, mate. Nice. Oh wow, that's really spot on actually. That's cool. Let's do that last one. Let's call it a day. Ooh, one more. One more. The only thing I'm thinking is, what about when it tries to reach up something there? I think I think that's when this filter here will come into play, whether or not it requires a plant foot. So I think I need to basically do a check that says like, does the wall like, is there gaps in the wall basically? If so, then it requires a plant foot. But with enough coverage, hopefully we don't. But I think for the fails, the requires plant foot is a very different logic. I think that's if. I need to think that through. I'm not the way through. Okay, let's I mostly didn't even see the 001 fail. Let me do this one real quick and I'll show you the 001 fail as well. This fail is really cool. I might even be able to quickly just do it. You would do that fail. Get a bit of speed and then try and do it. Checks his foot. Stay. I love that. Anyway, back to what I was doing before. Base curve for that. .337. Speed is going to be, entry speed is going to be 519.95. And forward distance traveled, it's going to be this 321.293. Awesome, nice. Requires a plant foot, yep. Yes, it is indeed. Yeah, I initially thought this was all rough, but these are all set to be a second. What's really cool though is that these are all like done procedurally. So Dada uses it for the jumping. So he was using it for the jumping, so it was actually applicable to the climbing too, which is awesome. It's not actually as fast as you think. The character moves like pretty quick. Like if I just do this, I mean. If I just put out the velocity, you'll see actually that it moves quicker, like sprinting. Yeah, like a walk is like 150-ish. Sprinting is like 600. Entering wall at like 11 miles per hour. Yeah, it's so true. Very true. This valley's all done. So let's do With the GitHub conflict and holding a check-in waiting to tell us some bits. Sure thing, give me 2 seconds. Let me just finish this animation. I've got to do this curve and one more. Can you hear them jump in? Yeah, 2 seconds. Where's the conflict? Hmm. What are you trying to check into the player character? Out of curiosity. I'll let you in a second. Most recent pull might be of my data tables, but the pull I've just made now, that was some crappy tweaks I did. I don't actually need to make any changes to this guy. I don't think so. I think I already have checked in that table, so cool. See, that's the only thing. He keeps doing this one. Nice. There's no hang offset. That's why. We'll get there later. Hey Cartier, how are you? Oh, it's because I haven't done the It's not about getting there earlier. It's about actually just doing the adjusting every motion, so it's not as much of a bump. Let me just do that now quickly. Cheers, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. And that's with no blend. That's actually with no blend as well. What the hell? Oh, the plant is pretty deal. I don't like the plant much. Let's leave it all for a sec. Oh, I'm so stupid. Still not change. Yeah, I feel smoother. Feels a lot smoother. Feels so much better. That's much nicer than what it was before. Let's kill it. Screw it, why not? That's so, oh my, why did I never think of that? Only warp the final bit. Let this just be root motioned. Just warp the hop. I don't know why I never thought of that. Just let the step onto the wall be root motioned rather than, I was always trying to warp it to a plant point on the wall, but it makes no sense because I may as well just let it go to the wall anyway with root motion, and then that'll make it look nice, and then do the warp up. Like, it looks so much like root motion takes it like there. There's a bit of a foot sliding, to be honest, though, I won't lie to you. Oh, it's because of the blender. Oh, I gotta do that for all the other ones as well. And the run up and all too. Oh, God's sake. Little did I know, eh? I gotta change the logic tomorrow of how we determine whether or not you need to plug a foot. Damn. That is a million times better. It really is. Let's do the blend in and out. Because it literally has no blending going on. It works like a charm. So I think inertialization, keep it nice and low, 0.2. Keep back on that. And then stand it out. You got like 0.5 to be there. Keep back on that too. Just kill off the plant. Literally never ever need a plant. It's like night and day how much better it is now. It's crazy. Living and learning. So much better, man. So much better. Because now that plant, the foot at which you plant is natural. It's not warping your step up. So you're minimizing again how much you have to warp. And the less you warp, the more of a true animation you get. Therefore, the better it is. Learning. Sorry, guns, man. I said I was going to jump in with you now. So 2 seconds. I'll do this and check it in. Blend out, that's so good. Nice. So now, let's do it. Let's quickly go to the normal run-ups. Get off that plant as well. I love the foot check, that's so good. But if you're moving a bit too slowly or a bit too close, you just do this one. Awesome, 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 awesome. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Happy days, happy days. Now, let's drop it a bit, see how the run-up looks now that we can actually... This run-up is better for something a little bit higher like that. That was a really low Euclidean distance on the run-up fail as well. Quite interesting. Damn. Is it that I'm not very fast enough? Yeah, the plant is so much better without the actual plant node. Okay, that's cool, because that means all we gotta do tomorrow, like now, or next, is, yeah. I want to improve Runup filtering logic. I think we can filter it better and actually have some robust logic for filtering stuff. But yeah. Cool. Cool. Some of them don't get cold, quite frankly. Like these two don't really get cold. This one does. I think it's because the forward distance traveled is so much greater on these ones. I think I need to cut this down to how far. I think it's too much of a run up, basically. I think that's the issue. But that's fine. I can actually just trim the animation and change the values, so that's actually not much of a problem. I think with that, I'm happy that that's a pretty reasonable position to call. Let's first see what guns it's to you with. Guns, I'm gonna jump in on your program. Before I jump in, I'll plug in my speakers. You don't want to echo.
Wagwan G.
Let me just.
String. Kind of confusing. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just speak for me real quick.
Hello there.
Okay, cool.
So was I really quiet?
No, just checking that stream. Cool. Yeah, so what was the conflict you got?
Oh, yeah, so I don't actually know what the conflict is. So I had changes in the player character. Event that spawns an actor. As well as a very slight change to, so when you open the menu, rather than having it go to set input to game, it says to UI only, I just had it disable input to the player character, because then I can still use the controller in the menu, because otherwise it would stop it from seeing it. Went to pull the most recent, and obviously you had changes on the player character, so I stashed mine, pulled yours. When I went to restore them, it wouldn't let me do the player character, so I just discarded it, done it from scratch, and it's still saying it's conflicted. And I don't.
Yeah, it will do. Because which player character did you? I think it will do. Yeah, no, but it will do because So did you, in between changing, what was left in there? Did you pull, like, was there a player character change? So like, how do I put it? So I mean, discard change. So in between, yeah, so in between, like changes the player character and pulling from it, like, was there any other check-ins you did in between, any other pulls you had between then?
Uh, no.
Because I'm trying to, because
Right.
if you're working off the latest player character, you should be able to change. But I'm trying to think if your version is so behind or something.
Yeah, so I thought I was working because that's why I just discarded my old one and done it from scratch because it wasn't that much work.
Let's see.
So I thought I was on the
Because I think
most
the
recent.
conflict will happen is if um yeah, the player character you changed was not the latest.
Yeah, it has to be because the last poll was 3 hours ago from you, and I've been doing this basically since the stream started, which is 2.5 hours.
Hmm.
So there's not been a new poll since that one that gave me the initial conflict.
That's weird because okay, and that one I actually changed. Okay, yeah, I did change that because that's yeah, I did actually change that because I added the data table to the actual player character blueprint, so that wasn't needed. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have.
in
We
your
would have
player
like crossed
character,
paths on it, but
yeah, just check for me. In your player
I'm reluctant.
character,
Yeah. Where's our room? Oh, I've closed it. Hang on. That was great. Sorry. The climb up battles are looking good, by the way.
yeah, they feel good. They're quite nice to do as well.
It makes it feel so much more,
Real,
so much more real straight away.
Yeah, 100%.
I love the one as well. When he checks his shoe, before he does that, he like walks away from the wall and looks back at it like
He
it's
looks back.
disgusting.
It's one of those ones where it's like, there's something on the floor. Definitely wasn't me.
Right. Play character. What do you want me to check?
If you go to get it up on my screen as well, so I know exactly where. If you just on self, if you scroll down to where it's like climbing, and you have all the data tables, are they all filled in? Like, do they all have values and whatnot? And just so, what data table like entries do you have for each one?
Wait, if I check, what in the variables?
Yeah, so if you know in components, if you click on the where it says like self, click on that and then scroll down.
Oh, on the details panel. Sorry, I was looking
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
variables.
Oh no, no, Adrian.
Wait, climbing. I've got run up data table, fail data table, down, climb up, and drop off. Oh, sorry, drop down, climb up. You got run up, run up, fail, drop down, climb up. Yeah,
And
I've got the same ones. Run up, run up.
they all have a DT underscore.
Yeah, DT run ups, run up fails, drop downs, DT
Hmm,
climb ups, and drop offs.
that's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah, see, I'm inclined to say that it's not going to cause a problem, especially since we haven't crossed paths. But I was reluctant to check it in because if it messes you up, you're going to lose a lot more work than I am.
Yeah. Well, no, not actually, because I don't actually have much. There's actually really no changes in this. Um, all my changes are actually in code. The only thing I've changed in here is literally this value. I just added this table, but this table will always be there because it's in it's in where it's in the actual character blueprint code. It's in here, so it's in code. So it doesn't really actually the blueprint would affect it at all. All I might have to do is just redo the value. Check in your one. Check in your version.
I'm just crossing my fingers that it doesn't blow up.
No, it's fine. We can always revert. Yeah, make your check in now. Actually, wait. Have you checked in yet?
Oh, it's pushing now.
That's fine. That's fine. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I've added. So you can go through the main menu with a controller. I'm setting up settings one at the moment, but I've been avoiding that because it's a much lengthier task that I don't want to deal with.
Yeah, no.
and I've also added. So I had this idea for ages, and I forgot about it. And then Krautman's message about the music reminded me, and I showed that. That's it. So I've got it. So rather than having it like a global background music, you place a radio, and what playlist it'll play from, and then we got like a whole set of controls that come up with it. It's like a little 3D widget, so you can skip through the tracks. And stuff like that.
Sounds cool, actually. Yeah, let's do. I'll kind of step in. I'm gonna have to step from the UI for a while, quite frankly. In terms of I think we got a bit too focused on that. Spent too much time
I've kept it all simple. It's more functional.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, no, they're not. I'm saying that. Yeah, I think we're heavily focused on gameplay, locomotion for now. But yeah, you do the UI. Yeah, definitely, that's cool. Sounds like a good idea. I think that'll help 0.10. That round out a bit more because we need to have some kind of UI in that, to be honest.
Did you push? Sorry.
So if you pushed it, yeah.
Yeah, that's gone through now. Has Drew sent you like a pack of what the actual UI is going to be yet?
Yeah, so obviously we went through it a bit together, and he sent me some of the design stuff. We put it on using the 0.1 focus group. He sent me some of the image stuff. I can send that over to you, but yeah, again, I think that's really second at the moment now. I'll probably leave that.
It's just that I have a bit of spare time because kind of just float. Mostly playtesting at this point, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, going through earlier. Obviously, this is like not a your fault thing, but there's some ledges that are just too thin. They just need to be wider because the capsule might need to be shrunk, quite frankly. But
oh yeah, because do you nudge the player forwards when they do the climb up?
Nah, not anymore.
Make sure that they get on the ledge.
Not anymore. I used to, but I let the motion just take them forward. I can do, but I don't want to.
I guess it's just baked into the motion capture then.
Yeah, I think it's because sometimes the capsules of a certain width or height. Jesus, what's going on here?
No, it might be. There's 3 like placeholder tracks in there. 3 placeholder songs.
Oh, okay.
25, 29, 33 megs, so they're not like ridiculous.
What songs are they? They're the ones from the drive, yeah.
No, I didn't realise we had any on the drive. They were just placeholder ones that I had easy access to. A mate of mine made them and I'd done the music videos for them. And I just had them on my computer. So.
On the drive, there's some songs that I think Callum's made to beat. Essentially, this is.
Are they the ones we used in the?
Yeah, he's got loads of them.
Oh wait.
So if you use them, just because obviously stuff like access rights and all that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, damn it.
Jesus.
Oh, there's loads in it. Jesus, that's taking ages.
Stop.
It didn't take that long to push it.
Might just be me too for internet wise. Streaming in Discord. I had weird problems with my lag when I first started the stream, but I don't think it's too bad now. Yeah, cool. Yeah, no stress. Awesome.
Oh, happy days.
Happy days. I'll check all this stuff in. And that's me for tonight, I believe. Calling it a day.
Yeah, that's. I think I'm gonna call it a night as well. I'll wait till you've checked in and I'll catch the latest.
Yes, yeah, Runup. Like, bold guarding this session. Sweet as shit. Awesome. Grab that and then yeah. Sweet.
Oh, happy days.
Awesome, bro. See you tomorrow then.
Yeah, it was Friday tomorrow. Yeah, I can jump and stand up. I'll probably be on my phone though.
Yeah, no worries.
No,
If you can't make it,
it's
that's fine. Because I don't think Dad does either. But we'll see if anyone notices that. We'll just do it. Be like a super quick one, anyways. Just a quick roundup. Let me go from
To be fair, if Jasmine is about tomorrow morning, it'd be handy to get hold of her. I've sent both her and Andrew a message asking about the font for the menu. Neither of them have gotten back to me yet.
Oh, but
It's a chase
yeah.
on it.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. I'll see you tomorrow, man.
All right. Sleep well, mate.
You too, bro. See you in the morning.
Peace.
Peace. Restroom. That's nice. Yeah, we'll call it that. Might do a little bit more. I won't stream it. We'll show on in the background. I'll just do like, I'm going to clean up some of this code. I'll just do that whilst I watch Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. I shall see you guys all tomorrow. We'll do